Alright, guys, I wanted to share with you a little bit of an idea, okay? It's basically about the Black Snow Soldiers. Now, the Black Snow Soldiers were basically made because, you see Bloody Mary's mirror, which, was stolen by Prince Charming after, Bloody Mary got trapped in it, because she was kind of an evil queen who was kind of patricidal to her own stepdaughter because, she saw her as a rival to her power as well as her beauty and, tried to send Hunter to, kill her. And then, the daughter got adopted by, spirits of the earth who eventually, and she would eventually, get trapped inside of a mirror, yeah. And then, Prince Charming, who is basically an evil incubus in the lore, who's kind of responsible for kind of a lot of bad things, in the fairy tale world, decided to steal the mirror shard. I decided to steal the mirror because he wanted to, mock people, in heaven by basically showing them distortions of themselves. But he kind of slipped out of his hands and the mirror kind of broke and, scattered everywhere. And one of its victims, that ended up under Bloody Mary's power the most was the Snow Queen. And basically the Black Snow Soldiers are basically like shards of mirrors that were, infused with the Snow Queen's magic to, become like frozen warriors, as well as dangerous ice beasts. Or, due to, the Snow Queen's, mirror freeze and which, allowed her, well, Bloody Mary acting through her, to, kind of control people and turn them into Black Snow Soldiers that were more humanoid. Of course, all of them do have the Black Snowflake insignia that, the Snow Queen does have. Yeah, and Black Snow Soldiers are well known for being very cold, calculating, and very merciless sorts of beings. And then basically being infused with, both dark magic and ice magic, kind of makes them very dangerous, as, cold is one of the most dangerous elements ever, and of course, what goes better than ice and darkness? Of course, the Snowflake Soldiers all do have a vulnerability of sorts. They're very vulnerable to both fire and light magic. Well, the reason mostly for the light magic is because, if you ever read the original Snow Queen, basically holy prayers onto the heavens are basically how the Snowflake Soldiers and that were defeated. The Black Snow Soldiers are kind of based on, yeah. Yeah, and Black Snow Soldiers are basically like henchmen of the Snow Queen, basically. Well, and Bloody Mary as well. Yeah, and they're also kind of involved in a fairy tale world incident. That was them in the night. Kind of caused using the Neo Unseelie to try and find one of the keys to Lilith. Which, she's looking for several of those to, unlock Lilith's full power. Which, if that happens, Lilith will basically be revived into the world, and that's not good. And basically, yeah. I should tell. Alright now. Of course, that's rather irrelevant to the idea I wanted to share. Anyway, I'll see you later. Remember to play games and have fun, okay? Bye-bye now.